Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the American Tier 9 heavy tank, the Concept 1B. Now this was the tank that you could get for free on the Action Hero Season Pass, which was the first one to come in with 6.0. We all know how 6.0 went. And as a tank, it's pretty damn decent. It's got one drawback really, to be honest, and that one drawback is how slow the reload is. It's really slow. It's so slow. The reload is one of those that you do sit there twiddling your thumbs for a bit. I tell you, well, actually, because it's the first time I played it for quite a while, and I realised when I was playing it, I was sat there going, oh, this reload is really slow, isn't it? But, you know, on the whole, I really enjoyed it. And I actually changed my equipment on this tank, because before I was running rammer, optics and vents. Well, I changed the equipment I run on it. I dropped the vents and put on the, I believe it's the traction system. I always get the two confused. The one that gives you 10% extra speed and 10% better pull traverse. I put that on it. So we now go at 49 kilometers an hour, which makes an already speedy tank a very speedy boy as a heavy tank. Which is really nice because it means you can get to aggressive positions really quickly, like this one we're in now, and that poor Bullsig felt our wrath. The one, because there is good things about this tank. Number one is the APCR standard on this 110mm gun. It's not 120, it's a 110mm gun, and that is really nice because the shell velocity is really good. It means you don't have to lead as much. The aim time is a little bit slow, but at the same time, just generally the way the gun handles, it feels really nice. Like I say, the mobility of the tank is fantastic. The upper plate is okay. It's not brilliant, it's not going to bounce everything, but if you get to tier 8s, you could quite likely bounce tanks off of your upper plate. And not just that, if you angle up as well, and pull off good angles, you'll be fine. If you also use a ridgeline like we're doing here, and use that, I think it's 8 or 10 degrees, one of the two, on the ridgeline, you will be all Gucci, because the turret armor is pretty damn good when you're on a ridgeline. When you're on a ridge, you will bounce quite a lot. If you're on a flat, they can hit your cupola and pen it, but for the most part, it's a pretty damn nice set of armor you've got. And with the mobility, like I say, all that, all wrapped together, makes generally a very, very nice tank. Like I said, the only problem is just how slow that reload is. It's just a little bit too slow. If it was a little bit quicker, it wouldn't be too bad, but it's just, you do sit there going, oh, I'm still reloading. And I'm still reloading. There we go. And look, you see in here the turret armor, we've just got this little dip in front of us, and we managed to keep it so that this Conqueror, Defender, and the, well, it's the Conqueror and the Defender really that are trying to shoot us, they can't hit me unless they shoot my turret at the minute. So what I'm trying to do is just keep my turret facing them, and hopefully they'll keep bouncing off of it. I could shoot the Conqueror that's looking at me, but really they've got the Conqueror that's trying to shoot my friends. He's the one that I want to shut down, because my friends are struggling to shut him down. If I can get rid of him, hopefully they'll hurry up and come round and help me out. But I shut down the Conqueror that was there. Now there's this pesky T-49 behind us, so we're just going to try and swivel round and get up here to get a shot into him. He shuts down my Roger Dodger friend. We get a nice shot through him for 441. That was a high roll. My goodness, you don't see those all that often anymore. So, that T-49's buggered off. We're on our way to go give some shots into the bouteilles of the heavy tanks at D1. I'm hoping they don't turn around so that I can put some shots into him, but at the same time, we are still quite healthy. The FCM-50T made the unfortunate mistake of coming to drive around at the exact moment we were going around there, and now we're just going to try and drive around. But unfortunately, this FCM has created a bit of an awkward position for getting shots at that VK. The way his gun was meant we couldn't actually pen him, and unfortunately he actually ends up penning us there and breaking our turret. We actually ricocheted off the side of his, but now he's gone, we can drive around this corner. We're going to try and keep this guy pinned. We shoot him in the tracks, and we're just going to hopefully get some more shots into this guy. He's too busy focusing on the T95 and all our friends in front, which means we now get a free damage problem. This is where I'm saying, just look how slow the reload is. You sit there waiting going, I'm going to hit him eventually. Oh, there we go, we fired, you know. It's really slow. So this Iron Rain gets spotted up. I don't know if he's AFK or if he's not there. I think he's AFK. we get a nice shot into him, and now there's a Waffle Panzer IV, so we're going to load HE up for the Waffle Panzer IV to get straight through his gun mantlet, or gun shield, I should say, not gun mantlet, and he's not even focusing on us, which is really nice. We get a nice shot straight through him for 486, which is exactly why we loaded the HE, and we finished that game off with a nice total. So we finished that game with the victory, we come top, and that was actually, we got the top gun with the kill on the other guy. We finished with that game with 6 kills, 6.2k damage, ace tanker, sniper, high caliber, top gun, 1993 base XP, and a very nice game for the Concept 1B. You know, it's a pretty damn nice tank generally. I just think as an all-round package it's nice. Like, the only issue I'll always say it, the only issue I have with it is the reload and how slow it is. But the whole package, it's not too bad. It's not the worst tank you could play. And the mobility, like, is just really damn nice, generally. Getting up to 49 kilometers an hour with that traction system is really good with the tank, generally. And there's a lot of heavy tanks that I have replaced the vents and stuff with these mobility equipment. I'll get the words there eventually. With these mobility equipment, so like the T-57 Heavy, for example, I put the advanced, I can't remember which one it is, advanced powertrain, the one that gives you 5% extra horsepower and 5% extra speed. Anyway, we'll go over the boost. But I put that on the T-57 Heavy, and that means that you, instead of going at 35 kilometers an hour, you go at 37 kilometers an hour. But the T-57 Heavy doesn't have the best engine power in the universe. Sometimes you sort of struggle up to the top speed and you're a bit sluggish with hills and stuff. That extra 5% boost that you get from the equipment is really nice to have. This tank has really good power to weight already, and has good engine power. It's got very good mobility, so you don't need the extra engine power, so you can put the traction system on to get the extra 10% speed instead. Because you don't need the extra engine power to help you get up to that top speed. And generally it's pretty nice for some of the tanks that you play. So, we're on Vineyards in this second game, and I decided to just go with the K-line push that I'd normally do if we were on the alternate spawns, where you spawn at H1 and H0, which I don't think is a thing anymore, because I've not seen it for quite a while. But, I don't know. Don't count me on that one. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do the K-line push, because I'd had this map a couple of times before, and I'd gone to A56, where I'd normally go to fight on that ridge line, and it just gone really badly. It just got rushed and died dead quick on that position, so I thought, you know what, no, I'm not doing that again. We're going to push the K-line, which is something that I wouldn't do from, like I say, our normal spawns, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, it went pretty well. So we've come up to this ridge line. We're going to just keep using our gun depression and our armour here to try and just sit in front of this stirrer mill. I know that I think he's got the Dicamax gun, which is the 105, so he's not really going to pen us that easily with that gun. He ends up ricocheting on us, and we're just going to use this ridge line in front of us to effect, so that we can stay hull down, stay safe while we put shots into these guys over here. Now I ended up aiming for the back end of the stockade there to try and get a tracking shot in, or break his engine, set him on fire, that sort of thing. Now he's sitting still, we're going to track him in place there, just so he stays in a position where we can shoot him a little bit longer, basically. Because obviously, we're never going to perma-track this guy. This reload on this gun is just not good enough for that. So we want to try and keep him in a position where we can shoot him, and hopefully by the time the reload goes back in, he might still be there for us to be able to shut him down. Unfortunately, we ended up ricocheting on the stockade, which is just sad timing. And we went up on top to try and look if we could finish him off or shoot the artillery. Now, we actually ended up getting shot from something at the back there, which I was thinking at the time might be the TD, because the TD's not been spotted in a while. So I decided to take the safer approach. We're going to go round on the left, behind these ridge lines here, so that we stay nice and safe. We get round on this stockade. I'm thinking, one shot will kill him. Nope, not if we bounce. This guy will possibly take a shot, but here we see we're wiggling. We end up ricocheting 2 of his shells there. He penned us with 1. He ends up tracking us with 1 more, and then ends up ricocheting the other. And that's where the good armour of this tank can be effective. If you just keep wiggling, keep angling, those with like 220 odd pen will struggle with your upper plate, and they will have to hit your lower plate. And obviously, like, the stockade isn't the most accurate tank in the universe, and he just struggled to pen us. Now we end up taking a shot there from the SU-101 as we come down on this ridge line here, so we were kind of unfortunate in that. I tried to hit the AMX M451 there, unfortunately ended up missing him. This 50 TP here is coming after us. He unfortunately puts a big shot into us there because he's got 560 alpha. That's painful. Now there's this artillery in front of us. I'm not quite sure what the artillery is doing, but he's doing something. We pop up onto the ridge line because I was thinking maybe I could get a shot into the artillery, but the 50 CP poked out. I got a shot into him. The artillery finished him off. And now that he's gone, we're just going to full send forward. We've got 699 hit points. I know there's nothing that will kill me in one shot left on the team. So we're just going to pull forward and see if we can get some shots into them. Hopefully get the artillery. We end up spotting the artillery. I was thinking about pulling back to get a shot, but I thought it's more productive to get forward. We spot this light tank that is AFK. So I decided, you know what? Let's load some HE. HE, big damage. Let's see what we can get on this light tank. It's a 508 damage. Lovely. We ended up bouncing the medium on my right, which I wasn't too bothered about, which I probably should have been a little bit more cautious of because it is a 5100. If he'd actually been fully loaded, he would have been able to dump his clip into me and then make me pay. But fortunately enough for me, he didn't, and we got to shut him down. And there's only one tank left. It's this medium tank over here. And we're going to see if it's got any decent amount of hit points. It's an E50 with 672 hit points, so it's a two-shot for us. And we're going to put the great mobility of this tank to work to just try and get there ahead of my team to get some damage off. And you see, look, we're on the flat and we're pulling off 49 kilometers an hour. For a heavy tank, that is just ridiculous. And it's quite nice to have. Should you be able to do this with these pieces of equipment for speed? Probably not. No, as I say, probably not. Definitely not. Not on tanks that already are quick like this is. But, hey, it's one of those things that they've put in the game already. So we get a nice shot through the side of this E50, boost our reload with food to try and get the kill, but unfortunately, because the reload's so slow and our team was marauding in, we don't quite get the kill on that guy. But we still finished with a nice game of the concept. 4 kills, 5.2k damage, 2.7k assistance, ace tanker, sniper medal, high caliber, steel wall, Confederate medal, and some just nice games for what is a genuinely nice tank to play. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!